name, spell it for me, and your title.
Okay, I'm Patricia West, Patricia West, and I am Telesale Coordinator here at WIPB.
All right, great. And how long has Telesale been going on here?
And let's see, 1978 was the very first one.
All right, great.
So it's been quite a while.
Yeah, and what exactly is the purpose, and what is it, like, what is the main goal for you guys with Telesale?
Our main goal is to raise some funds, of course, for public television since we're not commercially supported, and to bring something to the community that's a community event, and lots of volunteers take part in it, and they're very involved with this activity. A lot of times people feel that they may not have a lot of cash to donate, but they donate their time and their efforts, and it really pays off for something like this. It is a local production, and so, you know, their friends and family see them, and it's a good relationship builder.
Absolutely. And what's the response you've gotten from over the years from the community that you've run into, either people just that either have or have not volunteered that you run into as far as the community goes?
Almost everybody knows what Telesale is. Lots of them have volunteered, you know, maybe it was back in '78, or maybe it was at '88, you know, but at different times because different things in your lives are going on. You know, maybe your kids were little in '90 and you didn't want to volunteer until they were older. But it's always been very, very positive. Our donors are absolutely wonderful. We very, very seldom have people who will turn us down unless it's some kind of a financial problem. They're always right there to support us and stand behind us.
And what kind of donations do you get? Just give me a couple of examples of the donations you get.
Okay. Get lots of nice jewelry, really nice things from the jewelers here in town. We get lots of restaurant donations. Restaurant coupons are probably the highest selling thing. They're not as expensive as a piece of jewelry, of course, but they're very, very sought after. Lots of times they bring full value of their donation.
And how many, you mentioned volunteers, how many volunteers kind of go into this whole production, and what are the different roles that those volunteers have?
Okay, there are about 100 volunteers that take part in each auction. Volunteers take part from either helping us to get some items. Sometimes they pick up merchandise from the donors and bring it here to the station. Sometimes they help catalog it because every item that we get has to be cataloged and warehoused. We do production on each one, at least a photo so that it can be placed on the internet. And during the auction itself, we have volunteers who put the merchandise out for display. We have people here who work in the Telesale Cafe who feed all the volunteers. And they're just a main part of it. You know, other than the actual production, they do about everything.
Now, is that 100 volunteers per night, or over the course of the
over the course? Over the course.
Over the course. And then kind of describe a typical production, like on a night, like, you know, last night or tonight, where, you know, there's kind of a hustle and bustle. Describe the production of it, and then to kind of describe, you know, your feelings and emotions during the whole course of the night.
Well, a lot of preparation goes into this before we go on air. There have been hours and hours of production work, creating video spots, creating elements for our sponsors, making sure that the production will run smoothly, making sure that every second of our time is accounted for. And so all of those things have to go into the element. Then on the merchandise side, we have to have everything cataloged and put in some kind of a rundown so that it's presented smoothly, and then production has to know what we're presenting, so we have to have two schedules that mesh so that we're both on the same page. And it's always really, really exciting, and you never know exactly what's going to happen. It's kind of organized chaos. You know, there's always the human element that somebody forgets something or whatever, or then the element, maybe the phone bank doesn't work, the phones don't work, or maybe somebody's mic quits in the middle of a thing, or, you know, could be a production thing, mechanical. So it's always organized chaos that very first night. Then it kind of smooths out and we kind of get the feel and start rolling with it. And by the last night, we're all just giddy and everything goes well no matter what happens.
And so, how far in advance do you guys prepare for, like a spring telesale, or what are how many months or weeks or how much advance work goes into it?
At least 2 months. At least 2 months. And maybe a little longer than that even. Because right now we've already talked about some things that we want to do for the fall. And here we are in our second night of our spring auction. And so we're already thinking about that, and we've got people who've said, oh, I want to help next time, or something to that effect.
All right, great. And then you said it's been going on since 1978. It's been, about 40 years. What are kind of your favorite, memories or whatever, anything stick out in your mind as far as telesale goes?
Oh, wow. That's kind of fun. Well, one year, let's see, must have been like 87, we had a bachelor auction. That was kind of different. Everybody, all the men dressed up, and they furnished some kind of a trip to some place, and the ladies bid on them, and we did that one year. That was pretty fun. Lots of years while Bob Ross was here, he would come into the studio and do a painting, and we would sell that. That was pretty fun. Moving into this new building, of course, was great. That was in 1988 because we had been in a warehouse building down on the other end of town. And so moving into a brand new facility was very exciting. So
great. And then one last thing here. You mentioned at the beginning how this is important because you guys aren't a commercial station, so you need to raise funds. Just kind of describe again a little bit how really important that is that you guys have a telesale like this.
Okay. Let's see. As far as an operating budget goes, it's over $1 million. It's well over $1 million. At this point, I believe it's around 3, but I'm not really sure. Maybe I shouldn't say this. Maybe we'll cut this part out. Okay, so let's go with this a different way. Our support mainly comes from the community. It's either through individual memberships or corporate donations, or like our telesale then, which is a big community event where lots and lots of people take part in it. And over the year, probably we will raise about $100,000. That includes all the sales plus our sponsorships. And so that's a good little bit. The money then goes to help pay for programs that we air, plus the overall operation of the station.
All right, great. And then is there anything else you would like to add?
Sure, if you'd like to get involved, give us a call, because we always need new volunteers and we always need donations. And get out and get involved in your community and do something good for public television.
All right, great. Thank you very much.